There's a moment that hits harder than failure. It's when you realize you wouldn't like yourself if you met yourself for the first time today. That realization doesn't come suddenly. It arrives quietly, in small moments you usually dismiss. The way you speak when you're irritated. The way you justify things you used to question. The way you avoid conversations because they feel inconvenient. I didn't wake up one morning feeling like a bad person. I woke up feeling unfamiliar, like I had slowly drifted from the person I once respected. What scared me wasn't that I had changed. People change. What scared me was how I had changed. I had become more impatient, more cynical, less curious, and I had very good reasons for all of it. That's the dangerous part. Every version of me made sense in context. I was tired. I was busy. I had responsibilities. Life had hardened me, and I wore that hardness like proof of experience. But experience doesn't have to turn into bitterness. Somewhere along the way, I stopped holding myself to the standards I once admired in others. I became efficient with my empathy, selective with my honesty, strategic with my kindness. I told myself this was maturity. That idealism fades with age, but losing ideals isn't the same as gaining wisdom. Wisdom sharpens you. This dulled me. The moment I couldn't ignore any more happened over something small. A conversation I cut short. A dismissive comment I didn't bother correcting. The look on someone's face that I pretended not to notice, and suddenly I recognized myself, not as someone trying their best, but as someone doing just enough to avoid discomfort. That's a hard mirror to stand in front of, because no one forced me to become this way. I chose convenience over character, one small decision at a time. I stopped asking myself, is this who I want to be? And started asking, will this make my life easier? Those two questions lead to very different lives. Over time, I confused self-preservation with self-betrayal. I avoided conflict. I avoided vulnerability. I avoided anything that might expose parts of me I wasn't proud of anymore. And in doing so, I kept those parts alive. We don't become people we dislike overnight. We become them by letting things slide, by laughing at things we don't believe, by staying silent when speaking would cost us comfort, by telling ourselves that one moment doesn't define us until it does. I used to think integrity was about big choices. It's not. It's about the small ones you think no one notices, including yourself. The hardest part of self-awareness isn't seeing your flaws. It's realizing you've been protecting them. Not because you're cruel, but because you're tired. And tired people don't become worse intentionally. They just stop resisting what's easiest. If you're listening to this and something feels uncomfortably familiar, this isn't a condemnation. It's a warning. There's still a gap between who you are and who you want to be. But that gap doesn't close by accident. It closes with attention, with honesty, with the willingness to feel uncomfortable again. I didn't become someone I disliked because I was broken. I became him because I stopped paying attention.